The Black Cat by Edgar Allan Poe is a story saturated with the theme of the human mind's capacity to observe its own deterioration while being unable to stop it. The tale unfolds through the confessions of a narrator tormented by his own actions and descending into madness. Initially, he presents himself as a kind and gentle soul, particularly fond of animals, which he shared with his wife. Among their pets was a black cat named Pluto, which held a special place in the narrator's heart. However, influenced by alcohol, the narrator's demeanor changes drastically, showcasing the first signs of his mental collapse through an act of violence against Pluto, whom he maims. As his mental state continues to plummet, the narrator's actions grow more perverse. He acknowledges a transformation within himself, but seems powerless to alter his descent into madness. This is illustrated by his subsequent killing of Pluto, a deed driven purely by a perverse impulse, rather than any logical motivation. The narrator's attempt to rationalize his actions reflects Edgar Allan Poe's exploration of perverseness as a fundamental human trait. Following the murder of Pluto, a series of cataclysmic events befall the narrator. His house burns down, and amidst the ruins, he discovers an image of a gigantic cat with a noose around its neck, imprinted on a surviving wall, an ominous symbol that points to supernatural or psychological forces at work. Despite his analytical attempts to rationalize these occurrences, the specter of his guilt remains. The appearance of a second black cat, remarkably similar to Pluto, except for a white patch on its chest, marks the narrator's life with renewed horror. This new cat becomes a source of loathing for the narrator, heightening his sense of guilt and dread. The white patch eventually shapes into the ominous image of the gallows, symbolizing the narrator's impending doom. The cat not only reminds him of his past violence, but also seems to embody his guilt and the punishment that awaits him. The climax of the narrator's descent into madness and evil comes when he attempts to kill the second cat in a fit of rage, but instead murders his wife when she intervenes. In a desperate effort to conceal his crime, he entombs her body within the cellar walls. This act of ultimate perverseness fails when the police, conducting a search, discover the corpse thanks to the wailing of the hidden cat, which had been accidentally entombed with the narrator's wife. The cat's survival and its cry lead directly to the narrator's exposure and implied punishment. Throughout The Black Cat, Poe explores themes of guilt, retribution, and the human propensity for evil. The narrator's inability to escape his guilt, represented by the black cats, highlights the story's emphasis on psychological horror and the inescapable nature of one's actions. Poe's use of first-person narration allows readers an intimate glimpse into the deteriorating mind of the protagonist, making the story a compelling examination of the dark aspects of human nature and the consequences of yielding to one's base impulses. If this video was helpful, please hit subscribe to help the channel reach our first 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for watching. This has been another Bookly Crash Course.